Everybody for Philadelphia.
Okay. Remember when we lost game 1 and everyone was saying, oh, the Nets are going to win in 4. Oh, the Nets are going to win this series. Oh, there's no way the Sixers are going to win. They look like crap. They don't play well. Oh, that's right. I said to relax. I said to calm down because talent wins in the NBA, especially in the first round. Upsets don't really happen in the first round in the NBA because the talent wins. And after we lost game 1, what did we do? We took the next 4. And game 5 was boring. It was boring. It was a snooze fest because we dominated to an elite level. They couldn't even score in the first 6 minutes of this basketball game. The defense, this is the best I've seen this team play defensively. From rotations to just one-on-one, this was the best defensive effort I have seen out of the Sixers. Granted, you're going up against a Nets team that's not very good, but it's still great to build off of, and realistically, rotations, like, it doesn't matter who you're playing, it's working as a team. It's switching, it's communicating. It doesn't matter who you're playing up against. You can build off that. That was unbelievable when it came to the starters playing and dominating the game. I said in my video this morning about I demand a win today. There should be no reason why this goes back to Brooklyn. I said I wanted to see a dominating performance. I would have never expected this dominant. Realistically, I would have never expected it to be to this level. The Nets had nothing. I thought the Nets would come out and play with heart and passion, understanding it could arguably be their last game of the season. Well, we gave them no hope. We gave them nothing. They couldn't make anything. Not only did our defense shut them down, but when they did have little Jimmies and little bunnies in the paint, they were clanking it off the back iron. They couldn't do anything right today, but you have to give credit to the Sixers because the way they came out, the intensity that they played with, I really am proud of them because that's tough to do. All right, that's tough to do, to come out there and put away a team that has one last life. Regardless of the talent level, they're in the NBA playoffs, okay? And you would expect them to play with some sort of oomph, but they didn't. And you have to give credit to the Sixers defense for making them uncomfortable. I'm curious if Brett Brown said something like, if you hold them to under 20 points in the first quarter, I'll do something for you. Because the intensity they came out with defensively was awesome. It was unreal. I haven't seen anything like it from this Sixers squad. When I tell you I was bored, I'm not lying to you. I had other things on. The Phillies, which was really boring. Game 7s of the Stanley Cup finals. Not finals, but Stanley Cup playoffs. I had other things on. I was bored watching T.J. McConnell, Furkan Korkmaz, Jonathan Simmons, Greg Monroe, Jonah Bolden. I was bored watching the playoffs because of how much of a blowout this was. I mean, TJ was playing legitimate minutes in the second quarter. Our starters were sitting and resting easy with their feet up. Now, Mike Scott went back with a little bit of an injury, and I haven't heard what has come down with him yet, so that is something to keep an eye on for the future, because he is going to be a difference maker coming off the bench for this Sixers squad in this Raptors series. The Raptors took care of business, and we know our matchup. Now the playoffs start. And we will get into the Raptor stuff, of course, throughout the week. But this game was great. And how about Dudley with the boo? Boo! He responded to those boos with a whopping 0 points. We also held D'Angelo Russell to a really poor performance offensively. He shot 3 of 16 from the field. But let's talk about the Sixers. Let's talk about the starters for the very limited minutes that they played tonight. Joel in 20 minutes, 23 points, 13 rebounds. What's the status with his health? If he could play like that, holy hell. It's so ridiculous how one day it's really bad to the point where he can't even play, and then he looks like this with an extra pep in his step, with a little bit of extra jump. It's unbelievable how it is so different consistently after every single day. It's consistently different, if that makes sense. It's ridiculous. We never know what we're going to get, but if he can play at this type of of jump, then we got some business moving forward against the Toronto Raptors. Ben Simmons, 27 minutes, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. He had monster dunk. The lane just opened up for the Tomahawk Slam. Let's go. He was getting hype. Tobias, 27 minutes, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. I love his all-around game. I really, really do. I love his all-around game. He does things like Jimmy Butler. What true professionals do. They do more than just scoring. They have an all-around part of their game. It's not just about scoring. It's not just about putting the ball in the hoop. He'll grab monster rebounds. We talked about this before in the series when he had that ridiculous game grabbing rebounds left and right. That was the game without Joel Embiid. He'll move the ball well. It's great. Jimmy Butler, 9, 5, and 5. He had 3 steals, a block from the perimeter, swatting D'Angelo Russell. He was great defensively, especially early on. Very noticeable. Extremely noticeable on the defensive end. JJ had 11 points. But really, they barely played. It was actually almost unwatchable because of how dominant they really were. It was unbelievable to watch. I wanted to see this team go out there and make a statement. I wanted to see how this team would react in a must-win situation. Not really a must-win, but almost, because you don't want to go back to Brooklyn. You don't want it to go to 6. You don't want to hear the what-ifs in the media and the storylines. End it at home. How are they going to react to this? How are they going to respond to that? Well, they did. They blew them out of the water. They held the Nets to 31 points at half. We were up 31 points after 3 quarters. There were literally nothing the Brooklyn Nets can do. I wonder what they're going to cry about now. Well, what are they going to cry about now? What are the Nets GM? What's he going to do? Is he going to tweet something? Is he going to go to the league office? Is he going to say something about how the Greg Monroe and Jonah Bolden incident happened? Because late, they ended up getting kicked out of the game for some scuffles where, okay, Nets, this is where you're going to show some fight? This is where you're going to show some grit right now? With your bench guys in and your nobodies in when we're blowing you out of the water? Stop. Just stop. I want to know your thoughts down below on this game because I truly am impressed. And the biggest takeaway for me is that defense and the rotations and just clamping it down against a team that, realistically, listen, they were coming in here and just saying, let's just go out there and give everything we have, everything, or the season's over. I've been in that situation before. You just go out there and play. You don't think about the next game or if we can make it. No, you go out there and you just play the game. Let the game come to you if you're the Nets. And the way we matched that and some, the way our intensity was right out of the tip-off, I would have never expected it to be to that extreme, and that's just reality. I would have expected the Nets to put up a fight. Look what we had to win in Game 4 in the second game in Brooklyn. I thought it would be more of an easier victory for the Sixers, but then Game 4, I'm saying. But once you take a look at the spread and what the spread was all day, it was Sixers line all day long. They were favored 8 points. That's a Sixers line all day long. And I'm pretty sure they finished the day winning by 22. When I'm telling you, it almost got unwatchable for me. I'm not even kidding. It almost made it not fun. But I would never, ever, 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 ever want it the other way. Here we go. Now the playoffs begins. I would have never imagined watching Furkan Korkmaz tonight. Or Jonathan Simmons. I would have never imagined. But here we go. The playoffs start now. The Raptors. It's no joke. We're going to see different matchups. I think we're going to see a little bit more of Jonah Bolden. That's why I'm happy to see him get some minutes just due to the fact of the athleticism. I don't know how much Boban is going to be able to thrive in the matchups with the Toronto Raptors. It's just a different beast. He's too slow. But like I said, that's for another time here. This is just to appreciate this Game 5 win at home, and it's just funny that I remember all of you. Once we lost Game 1, and I said, relax, we're the better basketball team. Nets are gonna win, we stink. Did you see the way we ended the season? I told you, the way we ended the season had nothing to do with the playoffs. It had nothing to do with the outcome of the playoffs. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time.